98.7 WFGR. Take the money and run. Steve Miller Band. It's Andy O'Reilly, Dave Cackley, who is cowering in a corner at this moment. This is the greatest day of my life. Look at him over there. I got Andy McIntyre is the zoo director of the John Ball Zoo. Andy, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Doing really
Jump
well.
right up on that mic, good and close there.
Sure, doing well. Thank you.
Look at what you've got in your hand over here. What do you talk about this thing?
So I have a California king snake.
Its tongue's coming out.
That's what they do. They're sort of smelling. They're getting to know you a little bit. We're actually, just so listeners are aware, we're really about 5 feet away.
Right. Yeah.
And the snake is really only about 3 feet long.
That's a long snake.
It's a little snake. It's not a poisonous snake.
No, it's not. It's not. These guys actually, a lot of snakes people tend to be afraid of.
Yeah.
But they're important. So these guys live in California and in the West, and they actually will tolerate venom of other snakes. So they're great to have around because they can eat venomous snakes.
Okay.
That's a great snake then.
What about mongoose? Are they still is that conflict still going on?
Well, in these guys, you probably won't see that as much with these.
Okay.
But, it's still really cool snakes, black and white banded. So
I love it.
really
It's a beautiful looking snake. Look at this thing. It's brown. It's white. It kind of looks like a cow snake. It's and all you have to do to pass the Irish
I
Management
cannot hold it. I can't hold it. I cannot hold the snake.
Andy, have you ever seen a grown man over in the corner like that?
I have actually.
Really?
Actually. Yeah, it's one of these things. People just a good amount of the population has a fear of snakes.
Yeah.
And I think it probably goes way back, in fear of snakes. But these guys, again, there's no venom. They're not going to really strike out and bite you.
Not really.
Harm
See,
them.
they're not going to really strike out at you. See, that's what I don't like. They're not really gonna.
Andy,
what if they decide
walk over
to?
a little closer next to Dave?
We like
walk
to
over a
always
little
say,
closer.
People ask us, does that animal bite? And we say it has a mouth. And
Yeah.
it
Right,
can.
yeah.
However, this one, again, unless I was going to harm it, it really has no business trying to actually attack me.
How
there
does
would
it
be no
know?
reason.
How does it know if you're going to harm it or not? I mean, snakes can smell fear, I would assume.
I don't think it's smelling the fear per se.
Right.
But for these guys, they'll actually want to spend their time finding their food out in the wild and everything else and defending themselves. So
walk over a little closer next to Dave.
Please don't.
No, go ahead over
Please
there. Take the mic right with you.
I don't want to make him uncomfortable. It's
Thank
okay.
you.
If he
I
wants to come
appreciate
closer
that.
and check it out, he can. But again, this is that time of year. Halloween's coming up.
Yeah,
and
exciting.
so sometimes there's those creepy animals that people kind of have a fear of.
Right.
But at the same time, for me, I like to say you don't have to love them. You don't even have to like them.
Right.
Just give them a little respect.
Respect.
That's all.
And Max, I do have to say, it's my 3-year-old. I took him to the zoo over the summer. He loved the snake cage. Absolutely loved it. So he doesn't have the reasonable fear that I have of snakes.
Would you call it a reasonable fear that
I think
people
it's a
have of
reasonable-
snakes, or
irrational
is it a
fear.
little irrational?
Well, I wouldn't use those words because I wouldn't want to make it sound like anyone is irrational. But again, in the state of Michigan, there's really only one venomous snake that you're going to find.
Right.
And even it is not a venom that is going to be as strong as those you might find in other snakes.
See, you got nothing to worry about.
And it's very rare that you would find a bite.
And now with the zoo going boo, you guys all kind of feature some of these creepy crawlies and that kind of stuff. That's the idea, to get people there late in the season.
Sure, it is. So it's Halloween time. So the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, each of the next coming weekends, we do from 10 to 3 o'clock our Zoo Goes Boo. And so there will be a trail where kids can get treats.
Ooh.
And it's sort of the kooky, not spooky. We don't like to make it too scary. It's fun. It's enjoyable for the family. And at the same time, we'll have some animals out in the zoo. There's a bunch of entertainers. So anything from mermaids to singers to dancers to a drum circle to a pumpkin carver, really to make it a really fun atmosphere.
That's a great time and a great place to take kids. Safe, too. You kind of get kids. Oh, no, don't put the snake away just yet. No, keep the snake out. We're not quite done with the snake.
I'm not going to hold it.
Let's talk a little bit about the zoo in 2014. When we come on to next year, I understand there are a few projects that you got started on. What do people have to look forward to next year?
Well, next year what we're going to do is add a new tiger exhibit to the zoo.
Nice.
That's cool.
About 5 years ago was the last time we had tigers at the zoo, and we worked with other zoos to move ours on to another one and said, let's build a new exhibit, and when that day comes, we'll bring tigers back. And now we're at that time. Tigers of the Realm should open in the summer and next summer, and it'll be phase 1, and then phase 2 will follow in a subsequent year. So
awesome stuff.
So you get to see them up in the woods, up in the forest.
Do you do any kind of projects or like hands-on type things where people can get near those big cats like that?
No,
you don't.
Definitely not.
Because I would do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Of course
do that.
you would.
I pet a tiger before. Loved it. I thought it was awesome. I pet a cougar. I pet a tiger. I'd love to, pet a lion and all that. I'd love to.
Yeah, we don't really advocate for it. For us, it's really
that
about
makes sense to me.
safety and security.
There you
and,
go.
I mean, I get safety and security and everything, but you don't have to be afraid of a little snake.
Yeah, you kind of do. if you're me.
I
Andy.
might call that rational if
you're afraid of a
not
lion,
want
that-
to go
yeah,
into
yeah.
the area. Yes. So for us, it's about the nose-to-nose experience where there's glass and there's
Right.
a sense of safety and security for people, and they can get that experience that you wouldn't be able to get elsewhere.
Right. It's just such a landmark here in West Michigan, the John Ball Zoo. We've got grandkids. We love taking them there. We go 2 or 3 times a summer. You've got Max.
Yeah, he absolutely loves the zoo.
Loves the zoo.
It's a great place for kids.
It is a great place for kids. I'll tell you what. Put one finger on the snake.
All right.
Oh, hang on. I got to get a pic. No, wait. We got to get a picture. You got to hold it. Though.
No, I'm not
No.
holding
I'm not
it.
ready for the picture yet. All right, you ready? Go ahead, touch it.
Oh,
Touch it.
I did. Okay.
All right. You've
Very
kind of
nice.
passed the Irish
Very nice.
manhood
Kind of
test.
feels like a little bit like the basketball.
Kind of like a belt.
Yeah. well, we'll just get basketball.
Andy,
Well,
you've got some other things in here you'd like to talk about.
I do.
Okay.
So
Part of the zoo goes boo.
We featured a snake that some people might be afraid of, but it's very helpful out there in the wild. Another thing that
Oh my God.
on the island of Madagascar,
Oh, look at these things.
Cockroaches.
there is a hissing cockroach.
Oh, jeez.
And what they do is they're very important because without these kinds of animals, there would be all kinds of debris on the forest floor that would never break down.
And these will survive a nuclear holocaust, correct?
I can't really attest to
Okay.
that, but I haven't tested it yet. This one actually a
Okay, it looks like it's going to go up your sleeve.
Well, I could if we wanted it
Oh,
to. But
jeez.
A Madagascar hissing cockroach.
yep. So Madagascar is the island down off of the south side of Africa,
Right.
and trying to see if any of these seems our hissers aren't quite wanting to hiss for you, but they
Give
have
'em
these
to Dave.
holes.
No.
If nothing else
No.
happens, Dave
no,
will hiss.
I can't. Yeah, no.
That'll be funny.
I
Oh,
think
look
you
at
might.
that.
I think you might hiss a little bit. These guys are. Oh, there we go. We've got one.
Oh, good.
Maybe that's going to give you a little bit of its sound. But they force air out of these little holes.
Ooh.
So it's like a psst.
Yeah.
Psst. And it's a warning. Sometimes it's communicating and sometimes it's a warning. So when I go to pick these up and sometimes in the morning and take them out for a program like this, let's see if we can get a sound there.
Yeah, we can hear
a
him.
little bit.
Yeah, you can hear him. Yeah.
So even when we go to get them and you hear that psst,
Yeah.
there's that natural reaction.
Yeah,
to step
yeah,
back.
everybody jumps.
And other animals will do the same. So it's sort of a warning for them.
Okay.
And they also, if you look at this one, it has these little bumps on its head.
Yep.
If you get close, you can see.
Yeah,
a
I
little
don't
bit.
really
No?
don't want to
No, get closer to him with it.
No.
Okay, so if you,
See, you're way over there. You're questioning my manhood. You're like 10 feet away.
You know what? I'm on antibiotics. Otherwise, I'd hold all these
right,
things.
yeah.
I am. I can't go getting zoo animals sick.
But again, these are the kind of things that creepy crawlies that maybe people are again creeped out by. But
little bit.
They're really important. Animals like this. If we didn't have a nature, we'd have all kinds of things out of balance, and would have all kinds of stuff building up on the forest floor. And so they play an important part.
They're like a cleanup crew.
They are like a cleanup crew.
Perfect. Well, Andy, I
Very
got to
cool.
tell you what. Thanks for coming in, Chris. Did you have anything you'd like to? Chris, come on over here because I've known Chris Byland for years here. Talk about the Zoo Goes Boo, hours, prices, etc., and so forth.
Zoo Goes Boo is $7 per person,
Okay.
but there's buck off coupons available at your participating Meijers.
Okay.
It's 10 to 3 all 6 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 18th, 19th, 20th, and then the next weekend, 25, 26, 27.
So you
Very
get
good
plenty
deal.
of opportunities to get down
More
there. And,
information at jbzoo.org.
all right, perfect. There you have it.
Thanks
You
so
touched the
much.
snake today. You sure you don't want to hold it?
No, I can't.
Hold one of the cockroaches.
No, I'm definitely not holding a cockroach.
You are the biggest panty waste I've ever met in my life. Andy, Chris, thanks so much for coming in today.
you
Everybody take your kids to the zoo and enjoy the Zoo Goes Boo. And you can get good and close to the creepy crawlies like the snake and the cockroaches and everything else. Chris, Andy, come on back anytime.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so
Yeah,
much.
there they go.